आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you all a podcast series on STEM popularization. That is, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine. Supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, the Government of India. Program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Farzeen Sultan.
एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, ज्ञान की आवाज़, ज्ञान की आवाज़।
हम भारतीय अपनी मेहमान नवाजी के लिए पूरे विश्व में जाने जाते हैं और हमारी मेहमान नवाजी का तरीका है हमारा खाना। उस खाने की खूबसूरती बढ़ाते हैं हमारे यहाँ के बर्तन, और बर्तन भी कई प्रकार के होते हैं, एल्यूमिनियम के, स्टील के, पीतल के, कांसे के। लेकिन क्या आपको पता है कि इन बर्तनों पर कोटिंग्स भी होती हैं? अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि कोटिंग्स क्या होती है, तो चलिए सबसे पहले मैं आपको उसी बारे में बताती हूँ। कोटिंग्स एक प्रकार की सामग्री है जो किसी अन्य सतह पर लगाई जाती है। कोटिंग्स का उपयोग कई अलग अलग उद्देश्यों के लिए किया जाता है, जिनमें सुरक्षा, सजावट और कार्य क्षमता में सुधार शामिल है। कोटिंग्स विभिन्न प्रकार की सामग्रियों से बनाई जा सकती है, जिनमें पेंट, पॉलीमर, धातु, सिरेमिक्स और मिश्रित सामग्री शामिल है। कोटिंग्स की मोटाई कुछ माइक्रोमीटर से लेकर कुछ मिलीमीटर तक हो सकती है। कोटिंग का उपयोग अलग अलग उद्योगों में किया जाता है, जिनमें निर्माण, परिवहन, विनिर्माण और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स शामिल है। कुछ सामान्य कोटिंग्स अनुप्रयोगों में शामिल है, जैसे सुरक्षा। कोटिंग का उपयोग जंग और जंग से बचाने के लिए किया जाता है। सजावट, कोटिंग का उपयोग सतह को रंगने और सुशोभित करने के लिए किया जाता है। कार्य क्षमता में सुधार, कोटिंग्स का उपयोग सतह के गुणों को बदलने के लिए किया जाता है, जैसे कि घर्षण, चिकनाई या विद्युत चालकता। कुल मिलाकर कोटिंग एक बहुमुखी और उपयोगी सामग्री है, जिनका उपयोग अलग अलग उद्देश्यों के लिए किया जाता है। कोटिंग्स का सही उपयोग करके हम सुरक्षा बढ़ा सकते हैं, सजावट में सुधार कर सकते हैं और सतह के प्रदर्शन को भी बेहतर बना सकते हैं। इसी विषय पर और विस्तार से बात करने के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं ARCI हैदराबाद के साइंटिस्ट जी और हेड सेंटर ऑफ इंजीनियर्ड कोटिंग में कार्यरत डॉक्टर एल रामकृष्ण सर।
कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत करते हैं डॉक्टर एल रामकृष्ण के बारे में जानकर।
I am Dr. L. Ramakrishna, heading the Center for Engineered Coatings at International Advanced Research Center for Power Metallurgy and New Materials, ARCI Hyderabad. I am basically a metallurgist. All my 3 academic degrees like BTech, MTech and PhD are from metallurgical engineering.
डॉक्टर एल रामकृष्ण की एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च को आइए अब जानते हैं एक आम सामान्य व्यक्ति की भाषा में।
You might have seen non-stick cookware at your home. Every household these days have. These non-stick cookware, because aluminum is carcinogenous in the sense it can give you Alzheimer's in the long run. It can affect our brain functionality. So this non-stick cookware has invariably the coating on it. So it should serve the scratch resistance and the biocompatibility. Similarly, if you see your watch case, which is shiny and gold, which is in fact not made out of gold most of the times, it is made out of titanium nitride coating. So in a sense, what I'm trying to say is I work on design and development of different coatings and coating technologies that are importantly needed by the country and for several industries. And we develop these coatings and eventually transfer these coating technologies to the Indian industries so that they can serve the whole country. For the common man, either knowingly or unknowingly, right, as I mentioned, every household has a lot of coated parts. For example, if you look at your door handles, they should have scratch resistance and they should not tarnish, they should not corrode. Every door handle invariably has a decorative coating and a functional coating in the scratch resistant coating on it. So even if you look at any other household utensils, most of them are coated. Only thing is common man might not be aware of. That is on one side what a common man can see. But what he cannot see, but still he gets the benefits, is like a lot of textile components. For example, per se, textile components gets coating. Instead of 1 month working, it works, the coated component works for almost 12 months to 24 months. So that means cost of production is reduced. That means that benefit is passed on, part of the benefit is passed on to the customer. So for a common man, he gets clothing at much cheaper price. So that runs down to all the sectors, right from petrochemical, biomedical, like even artillery tents are coated with bio-friendly coating on it. So it goes into, knowingly or unknowingly, it goes into everybody's life.
STEM पॉपुलराइजेशन के लिए ये एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च क्या महत्व रखता है, आइए वो सुनते हैं.
We can't say out of STEM there is no single field left out without the benefits of a coating. If you look at the submarine to Chandrayaan 3 to the bus which is flying on the road to the car to the cycle to the auto, everywhere at least it is painted, if not engine parts are coated. So it literally goes into all kinds of sectors, right from pharmaceutical, biomedical, oil and gas. So in every sector, the coatings play an important role, and it's one of the most important pillars of any country's economy.
डॉक्टर एल रामकृष्णा ने पूर्व में किन चीज़ों पर शोध किया है और वर्तमान में वे क्या शोध कर रहे हैं और आने वाले फ्यूचर में उनके क्या प्लान्स हैं, आइए उस बारे में उनसे जानते हैं.
After my IIT Kanpur degree, I joined ARCI in the year 99, and since then I have been working on developing the surface engineering solutions. I will share with you one interesting story. Once I visited a textile industry. Then I saw it at a corner, the heap of small rollers are lying down. I asked the industry why those rollers are lying there. And it looks like junk to a common man. But to me, it appears they are rejected. They have served the purpose. Then they said those rollers are made out of aluminum and they are hard chrome plated. That technology is not available in India, and therefore they imported from Switzerland. Then I said, what are you doing with those? And then they said, because there is a chromium coating on top of aluminum roller, they don't know how to dispose of. They can't even recycle it. So virtually they don't know what to do with those used rollers. Then I said, I picked up half a dozen. I brought it back to the laboratory. And then I selectively removed the hard chrome coating from the aluminum roller. And then I used the technology which I have developed at my lab, named as micro arc oxidation. And then that coated components were sent to them. I've been waiting for their feedback. 9 months I did not get. Imported rollers were working for 6 months. After 9 months they said only 10% of the thickness is gone, still 90% of the functional layer is still there. And those rollers have worked for 2.5 years. And the cost of production, if you see the imported roller versus ARCI coated roller, ARCI coated roller is much cheaper than the import duty. Not forget about the component manufacturing cost, much lesser than the import duty. And then they came to me. I have provided 10,000 rollers coated, which is enough for that industry for next 15-20 years. And then that's not the end of the story. There are two important things in this example I realized. First thing is we have enough knowledge and scientific acumen within the country. The most important point is industry R&D together, they need to identify problems and come out with a solution. So this kind of industry R&D partnership is very vital for the progress of any nation. Second most important thing, which is a common prejudice people have in mind, is imported things are good. No, India has advanced a lot, have been advancing in a lot of fields. We have a lot of expertise within the country where we can certainly engineer any surface or in any other fields, not just the coatings. We can design and develop the solutions much better than the imported parts, and we can certainly take the technology to the next level within the country itself. So all that is needed is we need to sit back and identify the problem definition and then work for it and deliver the best possible in the country, so that the important Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India concepts can be taken forward without any hesitation, and we can become superpower in the coming years.
ग्लोबल रैंकिंग्स में इनकी एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च कहाँ स्टैंड करती है, आइए वो सुनते हैं।
Within India, ARCI has emerged from last 2.5 decades. ARCI has emerged as a nodal center for surface engineering in the country. And internationally, there is no event organized across the globe without an invitation to ARCI surface engineering personnel. So we have grown to an internationally reputed level, and a lot of international visitors, when they visit us, they clearly says ARCI's umbrella of technologies under one single roof, spanning from electrochemical to electrolytic to physical vapor deposition based coatings to electron beam based coatings to thermal spray systems. So all kinds of systems, all kinds of coating technologies available in under one roof is very unique on the global context. So we don't have any hesitation to say we are one among the best global leaders in the field of surface engineering.
जैसा कि सर ने बताया कि हम ग्लोबली नंबर 1 पर स्टैंड करते हैं, पर क्या हमारे कोई प्रतिस्पर्धी भी हैं इस एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च में, आइए वो जानते हैं।
Yeah, we have plenty of competitors. The competition is based on, see, if you look at what has happened from the past 2 centuries, 3 centuries, suppose aeroplane industry, the industry is in place almost 2 centuries, and therefore the coatings or even the manufacturing was in and around that. So we, being the expertise in surface engineering, we are trying to bring those 2-century-old industries like, I don't know if I can say the names or not, Boeing, Pratt & Whitney, GE, Rolls-Royce, all those engine and aircraft manufacturers. See, we have scientific advantages, we have exposure, and we have expertise in the country. Why don't you come and have the job shops or workshops or the manufacturing sectors, manufacturing plants in and around India or Hyderabad, so that you can utilize this readily available expertise. And the industry has honored us. You can go around and see there is a presence of Lockheed Martin manufacturing facility, there is a Tata Boeing, Tata Skiroski manufacturing facilities. So almost all aerospace giants have already positioned themselves in and around Hyderabad, and of course it's going into other cities as well. I'm also working as the chairman of aerospace working group at ARCI. So my one of other activity is to how to bridge the gap between the end user and the industry. Like an R&D partner, what I've been doing is I can better understand the end user requirements in terms of the specifications, in terms of standards that is required, in terms of efforts that are required to qualify a component, space worthiness qualification, and then what is available with the industry that may not be readily translatable. So I act as a bridge between these two, and then see that the industry product is translated nicely, understood very well, both sides, and then the components are realized and the supply chain is built in the country, so that I can say within next 15 to 20 years, India is going to be the manufacturing hub for the aerospace, not just the bodies but even for the engines.
हमारा यूथ कितना अवेयर और इनोवेटिव है, इस बारे में डॉक्टर एल रामकृष्णा ने क्या कहा, आइए वो सुनते हैं।
We can see majority of the youth are behind IT and related things. It is obvious. We can't mistake anyone. Wherever there is plenty of opportunities, it will go. People will go. That's not something. But on the other hand, we are getting extremely good quality research fellows on the campus. You can see at least 100 plus research fellows have been working at ARCI alone, and they are extremely good, highly talented, very highly spirited, and then they are extremely good with their conceptualization and novelty skills. They are putting up their best show, they are putting up their best knowledge and talent in developing new technologies. So I have full confidence that the current day's youth is exploring and exploiting all these opportunities, and then they are doing a lot of startups as well. If you can go around to T-Hub and T-Works, there are lots of startups by youngsters, and they have been interacting with us. Those who are not associated with us, even they are coming back and asking us to help them to provide some coating solutions for the cancer, early stage cancer detection systems like that. I mean, they are very vibrant, they are utilizing everything very well.
बात करते हैं और जानते हैं कि नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल लेवल्स में इन्होंने कितने रिसर्च पेपर्स पब्लिश किए इस बारे में।
I have published more than 80 international journal publications. I have the citations more than 3,100, and I presented my work right from 2000, early 2002 till date at various national international forums. I have received several awards both within the country and abroad. I also worked as a research faculty at Northwestern University. I am at least known in the field of surface engineering across the globe that there is somebody named as Rama Krishna and an institute named as ARCI, which is working on advanced coating technologies. And more importantly, I have more than 11 patents granted, and 3 of them are granted in US as well. And therefore, our products going abroad do not have any hesitation. Our industries can freely offer their product to abroad because we hold the patent.
आजकल के युवा ऑनलाइन वेब बेस्ड सोर्सेज पर और बिना रिसर्च किए चीज़ों पर बिलीव करके कैसे अपनी लाइफस्टाइल को बदल देते हैं, इस बारे में डॉक्टर एल रामाकृष्णा ने क्या कहा, आइए वो सुनते हैं।
Getting the knowledge from web-based resources available like Google or anything is absolutely fine. But one thing that I advise the youngsters is the question is more important than the answer. One should have the ability to generate a proper question first, and then answer is readily available in their palm. This is what something lacking in current days younger generation. In the sense, when I'm using something with me, it can be a mixie, it can be a drone. We hardly spend time to understand how it works. So what are the technologies and components that goes in? If you can generate a question around what you see, you will get an answer in your hand. So this is very, very important. My message to youngsters is you should open up your mind and question yourself what you don't know, and question yourself what you know is correct or not. Earlier we need gurus to teach us. Now we can still do away some part of it, 80% part of it, the learning from online resources. But this online resources like databases available are extremely important and intelligent enough to answer our questions. And second part of your question is, if we use say the aluminum based utensils for decades together, and more importantly, if you cook anything that is sour, vinegar based, tomato based kind of things, the acids in it can leach out the small amount of aluminum, and that aluminum goes inside and it is carcinogenous, in the sense it can in the long run affect the functionality of our brain. And report says if you eat aluminum utensils for decades together, there is high possibility that you get Alzheimer's. I mean, you forget everything when you reach 60, 70, 80 kind of age. This industry knows, but only thing is the awareness that is brought in is not good enough for informing to rural population. So I think we need to educate the rural population as well. So wherever I go in the conferences or seminars or even the villages or any colleges, I inform, I make it a point to inform about lifestyle, general lifestyle practices and hazards associated with it. So we can bring such changes slowly among. And these non-stick cookwares, I'm not marketing for them, but after usage, when they're scratched, you can sell it back to the same supplier. He'll straight away give you 30 to 50% of the original price. So it's like we are helping the recycling in the sense, for example, if you see 1 ton of iron and steel, 2.2 tons of carbon dioxide is generated to produce 1 ton of steel from its ore, from all the way to steel plants to your household supply. So if we know this, the first important point is, if I see any iron and steel around me lying on the road or within my house unutilized, better I sell it so that it goes for recycling rather than it's getting corroded and vanishing. My message to the entire population of our country is, if you don't use anything, if there is no guarantee that you are going to use anything around you, just send it for recycling. That, for example, the iron and steel that goes for recycling, to get 1 ton of iron and steel bag, you might only about 0.2 tons to 0.3 tons of carbon dioxide instead of 2.2 to 2.3 tons. So we sending these components for recycling is going to help not only Indian economy but also carbon footprint can be substantially reduced.
अभी हमने जाना डॉक्टर एल रामाकृष्णा से इंजीनियर्ड कोटिंग्स के बारे में। अब अंत में जाते जाते उनसे जानेंगे कि हम कौन से यूटेंसिल्स को यूज़ कर सकते हैं अपनी रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में।
Popularly these days, two materials are the best materials considered as. First thing is aluminum coated with Teflon. And there is something like anodizing in between. So in simple words, non-stick cookware. That is the first option, cheaper option. If you wanted to, but this non-stick cookware may last for a year or 2 or 3 depending on whether you are scratching or delicately handling. If you want a permanent solution, there are food grade stainless steels available which will last for life, but it's a bit costlier option than aluminum based non-stick cookware. So these two are the market leaders and these two are the safer options. Thank you so much.
आज के इस कार्यक्रम में इतना ही। तो चलिए अब बारी है हमारे साइंटिफिक फैक्ट की, और आज का साइंटिफिक फैक्ट है इंजीनियर्ड कोटिंग बर्तनों के प्रदर्शन में काफ़ी सुधार कर सकती है। वे उन्हें अधिक टिकाऊ, नॉन स्टिक और कंडक्टिव बना सकते हैं। इससे उन्हें उपयोग में अधिक कुशल और साफ करने में आसान बनाया जा सकता है ना? ये काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात। तो चलिए हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपको हमारा आज का ये कार्यक्रम ज़रूर पसंद आया होगा और आपके लिए उपयोगी होगा। आज के इस कार्यक्रम में इतना ही। हमें दीजिए अनुमति। नमस्कार।